wanted to come to the source of the pollution that affects people on both sides of the border. Here we are in Tijuana, and in this channel, sewage comes running this way. Anytime people flush the toilet, it comes right here. The trash that's on the streets ends up right here. Plastic bottles, wrappers, clothes, toys, you name it, all of that going downstream into the ocean. This channel is about a third of a mile south of the border from San Diego. And this is, you know, a lot of people who live
up there
and flush the toilets, that all of this comes down. Comes down through the community known as Los Laureles in Tijuana. So there's no doubt this is sewage, this is unhealthy, and it's going into the ocean.
And all these people, you know, it crosses through here and goes down to the Tijuana River and then down to the ocean.
Faye Crevichet, the Policy and Communications Director with Wild Coast, guided us as we carefully stepped through the sludge. Watch where you're stepping. All to get a first-hand look at the cross-border contamination. There's no pipes going anywhere.
There's no pipes.
Where else would it go? I mean, what other option? Is there a treatment plant anywhere near here?
No.
We haven't seen significant rain in a while, so these water levels are very low. But we can still see the sewage, and we can certainly smell it. In fact, as we were about to interview Juan Benitez.
You know when the rain? When...
Okay, what was that? A little spray that happens? Juan lives near this neighborhood, and despite the waste in our faces and at our feet, he tells us he's seen a lot of improvement since Wild Coast installed a boom, because at least there are far fewer plastics now moving through the waters. This boom moves up and down as the water levels rise and drop, and it has a grate underneath to keep the bigger objects from continuing downstream. Juan works for Wild Coast, picking up the trash that gets captured in the boom and in this channel. And his team encourages the people who live here to do the same.
It's very important, the system. Yeah, we catch a lot of 1,000 kilos.
They fill up what they call super sacks. 6 of these in one day full of recyclable plastic.
That is what we're trying to stop the plastic from getting to the ocean.
This gets recycled and earns them some money. Much needed money in this impoverished community where Faye has gotten to know the people. She says a lot of them live off of just $3 a day. Since the homes are built on the hillside and not by large developers like most places in the U.S., there's not much of a plan for sewage, besides having a few pipes send it down to the channel. The channel runs in between homes and a school. While the smell of waste can get overwhelming, Faye says most people here just get used to it. Solving the sewage issue is a huge task, so Wild Coast crews are grateful to at least stop some of the trash from continuing into the Tijuana estuary and then the ocean.
We can support to put more trash booms, hold all the plastic instead of complaining down there, oh, Mexico, the trash.
She hopes to install several booms across the many channels in TJ.
It's not rocket science. There is a solution for all of this. Just we need the will to do it.
Much of what's being collected is actually coming back into this neighborhood as Wild Coast's way of helping the kids that grow up here. In fact, the tires they've collected are installed here to serve as stairs and swing sets in this playground. The kids who play here get to experience some fun moments playing soccer in what's dubbed the futbalito, or the small soccer field, despite their polluted surroundings.
Tonight here, and we did this, and I'm excited.
But this is one small part of a larger international problem.
So these are 2 countries with one ecosystem.
Since the ocean has no borders, what happens on these streets, in these hills, and in these waters is bound to impact San Diegans. We see it very often when, for example, Imperial Beach gets shut down due to pollutants. And now you know where some of that is coming from. And we also want to point out, Faye mentioned more people are living in those poor neighborhoods now in Tijuana. So that's contributing to more of a problem. Even when it's not raining, we are still seeing more and more beach closures because of the amount of pollution that's coming down many of those channels. So that was just one of multiple that are just south of our border. We didn't have to go far at all to go see those neighborhoods.
We talk about the sewage crisis a lot, but we never actually get to see it. You brought us in there. We got to see it. And thankfully, we didn't have to smell it, and I'm not joking about that.
Yeah, no, it was bad. It is very pungent. I mean, we anytime the wind would blow, you feel it in your face. And these are conditions that people live in every day, every night. Kids are playing. They drop their soccer ball in the channel filled with sewage, pick it up, and go play at that little football field, that little soccer field.
I know the 2 governments have been trying to work on ways to handle it, but there's just nothing getting done.
Nothing's changing right now. Yeah, so I mean, people like Wild Coast crews are out there trying
trying to come up with better solutions. At least right now, the boom is something. It's a little more progress.
So those bins were full of stuff.
Exactly. Bins are full, but as
Daily.
you mentioned, I mean, it's like a stalemate right now between the two of who's responsible to fix this, right? So we'll
And
see
it gets
where
even
goes.
worse. We smell it even more when there's the rain.
Right.
Exactly. When the rain comes through, we know what that's like. We